Hello guys, and welcome to this little new kind of monthly news series thing that I'm doing. So this is just kind of gonna be a thing where I'm gonna talk about relevant things in Jukedama every month, as well as miscellaneous things affecting us. So just once a month I'll be making these videos rather than posting a lot of updates or community posts. It's just kind of all in one little condensed video for you guys. I think that's a better formula for you guys, and I'll also try to incorporate those like timestamp things in this video too, so you can kind of skip around to each area that I talk about something if it seems more important or relevant to you. But anyway, today's video will probably be a bit longer than usual. Just that's because I'm combining topics from the past few months that I haven't talked about, and also just because I have a lot to talk about today. So today I have three main things in mind to talk about. The first kind of being the current situation with our channel during the pandemic. I kind of talked about this a little bit, but I've been kind of brushing all main kind of concerns and stuff like that away on main recordings, mainly because I don't really want to think about it, and I know you guys don't, but I think it's about time that I kind of start talking about that more. Second, kind of regarding a problem with our next planned multiplayer series, which all of you guys voted for in either the Discord or the YouTube poll, so I'll get around to that. And the third being a more specific update on our member Jackson. It's nothing bad, don't worry, but there's something interesting going on. So yeah, let's just get right to it. First and foremost, I'm just going to talk about how the current pandemic is affecting our channel. Like I said, I've already kind of done this, but I kind of want to update the situation on that and talk about things like when we'll return in person, when that would happen, and other things relating to that. So yeah, just like everywhere else in the world, it's still pretty bad here where I live, and I'd be willing to say it's probably even a bit worse here than most parts of the world. Since we live in the United States, as most of you guys probably know, this country, we have the most confirmed cases out of anywhere else in the whole world. But even more than that, the state that I personally live in is currently within the top 5 states for most cases each day, as of right now at least. So as you can imagine, not a great situation here. But the other thing I want to comment on is that in my original video talking about like how this is going to affect our channel and what's going to happen to that, I said we'd probably most likely return to in-person sessions over summer. And that's mainly because it was predicted to calm down over summer. And unfortunately, that's obviously not true because cases are out the wazoo right now. So I'd say that's mainly because our state reopened really poorly and they kind of just treated it as business as usual. And thankfully, that's kind of been fixed, or I guess I'd probably say adjusted in the past few weeks, so hopefully cases will start to go down once we get the numbers for these current weeks. So that also brings me back to what I was saying before. When will we return to in-person? The truth is, I'm not really too sure. Like most other people, I was hoping there'd be some sort of break in the large amounts of cases over the summer, and it'd be a lot safer to meet up with people. I also just want to mention that I personally don't have an issue with seeing people myself, but I know a lot of the other members in the channel, including myself, we live with our parents or even our grandparents, and the problem is they are much more likely to be affected badly by COVID-19. I don't want to go into too much detail, but some members in Jukedama are absolutely trying to hunker down, and even seeing one other person, it just could be too risky for them. So it's not like they want to leave the channel, and I certainly don't want to kick them out just because they're trying to be safe. However, there are a few of us that are more okay with seeing people. And I'm not too 100% about meeting up in a full group, so it's maybe more likely that if we do start coming back to in-person sessions, we'd probably do like 2-player or maybe even 3-player content. The only problem with this is that I've really been trying to kind of keep it consistent to a 4-player channel. That's kind of how it's been for a really long time, and this going back to in-person only doing 2 or 3 people would obviously change that. And obviously, you guys might be thinking, why does meeting in person matter so much to the channel, as it kind of seems like we've been holding out doing online content. Personally, I've just been collecting a huge list over the past few months of games that we can only play multiplayer locally. And also, it's surprisingly more difficult to coordinate getting together for online sessions, mainly because now we record every other day, whereas back when we met up, we would only dedicate 1 day per week for recording. Not to mention, it's more difficult for people to be motivated into participating in online sessions, and I'll admit that even includes myself. Part of the whole beauty of recording in person was that we got to see each other and also play games that we love. But now a lot of the motivation is solely based on if we want to play the game or not. So to conclude this topic, I'm not sure yet when we can all record in person again. It could be a few weeks, it could even be a month, it could be next year, we don't know. All I can say is that I cannot wait for then. And as I also mentioned about us not being motivated to play games online, that sort of segues into my next topic about our next multiplayer series. A few days ago, I did a poll both through the YouTube and Discord asking you guys which game we should play next, and both polls voted for Terraria. Now, I really wanted to try it out, and I know one other member, William, really wants to play it. But for some reason, and I don't really want to go into detail, there was some miscommunication about the other members wanting to play it as well. So all I'll say is, I thought most people were up for playing the game, but it wasn't until after the poll voted for Terraria that people actually mentioned they don't want to play it. I'll also mention that Jackson said he didn't want to participate in the game for a reason that I actually knew before, and I'll talk about more about this later, but he said he'll join in if nobody else does. And also Chris said he'd be willing to play it as well if I can't find anybody else to play. So basically, me and William really wanted to play the game, and there's 2 other people that are about it, and the rest really don't want to or just didn't respond. So I'm a bit worried about how this series will turn out, but the plan is to at least try it out. However, I'm going to give a fair warning that there's a chance that we might stop it partway through if we all get sick of it. On another note, my Burnout Paradise Remastered series, Jackson's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate series, and Nick's Pokemon Platinum series are going great and are planned to continue until they're finished. Now, before I mention that Jackson didn't really want to play Terraria, and I also mentioned that there's some secret little update thing happening with him, and that's because he's actually going to be going on a bit of a break. And break is probably an understatement of a word to use, because he's actually moving out to an apartment that's almost an hour away from where I live, and that's in order to be closer to the university he's heading to for the next semester. Therefore, most likely he won't be able to participate since he'll be super busy with school stuff, and as well as he'll have a job in order to pay for rent, although he might participate during winter and summer sessions, although I'm not sure yet, but that's probably what I guess. I don't think Jackson's necessarily leaving for good. I think he just kind of wants to appear when summer break and winter break is happening. So yeah, with him going on a bit of a hiatus, we're probably gonna try to find someone else to take his spot. So I know William has someone in mind, but I have some other people in mind if that doesn't work. So yeah, expect a new member within the next month or so to replace Jackson. Oh yeah, like I said, I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest for this video, so hopefully this was informative towards the current situation of the channel, and let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below on this type of video. Like I said, I kind of want to do these types of videos every month, so please be sure to stay tuned for these, and I'm predicting they'll probably be a bit shorter in the future, but I just had a lot of stuff to talk about for this month. So yeah, thanks for watching this update video, and I'll be sure to talk about some more stuff next month. I'll see you guys then.